guys, it's Danielle with Danielle Gets It Done, and today I'm going to be talking about why we only have one child.
Gonna love you, honey, on and on and on. I'm a morning dove singing out a song.
So this is something that I am asked about often in my personal life, whether we're planning on having another child, why we only have one child, and to be honest, I never really know how to answer that question. James, our only son, is 5 years old right now, and I always imagined we would have more than one child. I come from a family of 3, and my husband comes from a family of 4. I kind of always envisioned 2 or 3 would be, our end game, so to speak. I got pregnant with my son easily, and I really enjoyed every second of my pregnancy. I was sick the whole time. I threw up almost every day, but somehow I still enjoyed it, and I'm so glad I did. And I just kept thinking, this is my first pregnancy and first time for everything. So I really viewed it toward this is the first time. And I'm thankful for that. I wish I would have also viewed it as, and this might be the last time. And I don't know yet whether or not we're gonna have more children, but it's very possible that we will be a one-child family. James will be an only child, and I wish I would have considered that through my pregnancy, through my labor and delivery, through the newborn stage. I'm gonna get emotional. I wish I would have, as I held him, I thought, oh, it's my first time holding a child of mine. And I wish I would have also thought, and it could be the last time at this stage. I do have that regret. So if you do not have kids yet, or if you're pregnant with your first, I encourage you to not let that be a negative, but it is possible. We are not, many people struggle, first of all, to conceive, to carry a child to term. We are not guaranteed anything. And in our case, it's not, I don't have fertility problems, I guess, that I'm aware of. I'll get to that later, but I never considered the possibility that James might be an only child, and I wish I would have considered it. How long are we already? So anyways, James was born. I had a very hard time transitioning into motherhood. I remember right when he was born, I thought, I don't know how people have babies after, a year or two. Like, I literally didn't understand it. I still don't understand it. I was mainly the first out of our friend groups to have a baby, and then my friends started having babies, and I'm like, okay. And then they started having their second baby, and I thought, man, they're crazy. Like, that must have been a mistake, is what I really thought. And then they started having their third baby, and that was kind of the wake-up call. Like, is something different about me that I'm not ready for this all over again? So, the transition to motherhood was hard for me, and it's still hard for me. He's 5, and things are good. He is good. He does have some difficulties like anxiety, ADHD, which I talk about on my channel. So that's been difficult, but I don't want to say, because it's not true, that we don't have another child because James is difficult, because that's not the case. The truth is, it's difficult for me. I just am not at the place right now where I think I can balance being a mother to James, a wife to my husband, a full-time employee outside the home, keep up the house. Like, I just don't know how it will all work together. And I know everyone must feel that way, but I am not over that hump yet. And I'm gonna say the next thing, not to sound like I'm bragging, but I also don't want to sound like, oh, give me encouragement. Like I don't think I'm a bad mother. I know I'm a great mom. I know I could handle it. I just don't know if that's the right decision for our family. We might be a one-child family, and that might be what is supposed to be. And I think it's changing a little bit, but I think our society kind of looks down a little bit on people who choose to only have one child. And you know, some people are not meant to have any kids by choice. They don't choose to have kids, and some people choose and want 10 children, and some people who might, my husband and I might fall into this category, only want one child. I do feel guilty sometimes because I think I could get pregnant if we tried. I am a good mom. We have a good family. He or she, the baby, would have a wonderful dad, a wonderful big brother. We have the resources to have another child. We live in an awesome country, an awesome state. And I'm choosing to not pursue it while other women are trying and struggling and crying every day that they can't get pregnant or adopt or have a child. Like, I do feel guilt in that. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that feeling. I remember when I got pregnant with James, my first thought was, oh, why was it so easy for me? And it's so hard for 5 of my other friends. And I was, scared to tell them. But yeah. I talk a lot about goal setting on my channel, and I've talked about my YouTube channel goals and some other personal goals, and we'll get even more personal today. So my goal for 2018 is not to conceive, not to start trying to conceive, but my goal is to start the conversation with my husband. I shouldn't say start, we've had it, but the conversation is difficult for the two of us because it's so important and we both get so emotional and I get defensive. It's not fun to have, so we just keep putting it off and don't talk about it as much as we should. So one of my big goals in 2018 is just to have the hard conversations, just the two of us, about, if we could get pregnant easily, do we want to, and when would that be, and what would that look like? And I want to, again, just start that conversation, moving that conversation down the road. So again, I don't know if this was helpful or interesting at all. This was a very raw video for me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. I do a lot of planning, organization videos, and I also talk about mothering a child with anxiety and ADHD. So if you are interested in those topics, I would love to have you stick around. And whatever your plans are today, I hope you get them done. Bye, guys.
Ooh.